Chantel Everett has always been one of the most intriguing, confusing, and polarizing cast members to ever come out of the 90 Day Fiancé universe. She's beautiful, confident, outspoken, and dramatic in a way that keeps viewers hooked. But behind the polished Instagram photos and emotional TV moments, there's a side of Chantel that fans rarely talk about. A side filled with questionable choices, messy secrets, and controversies that still follow her today. This is the shady side of Chantel Everett, and why her story is far more complicated than it seems. Chantel first entered the spotlight with Pedro Jimeno, the man she brought to America on a K-1 visa under a completely false story. She had lied to her family for months, telling them Pedro was only coming to the United States to study. That lie created the first crack in her public image. Viewers saw a woman who was willing to hide the truth, manipulate her family, and play innocent while stirring chaos behind the scenes. And that habit, creating drama and then stepping back as if she had nothing to do with it, would become a recurring theme throughout her TV journey. As her relationship with Pedro became more strained, Chantel's behavior grew even more dramatic. She accused Pedro of cheating, financial abuse, using her family for money, and even suggested his marriage to her might have been a long-term scam. But the shady part isn't the accusations themselves, it's how Chantel delivered them. Instead of providing proof, she often relied on vague comments, emotional reactions, and dramatic claims that kept the storyline alive but left fans confused. It created a picture of someone who knew exactly how to fuel a storyline without ever fully backing it up. Then there's the way she handled the divorce. Pedro publicly said Chantel emptied their joint bank account and moved thousands of dollars just weeks before they split. Chantel didn't deny taking the money, but she implied it was because she didn't trust Pedro and needed to protect herself. Fans were torn. Did she act in self-defense? Or was it something more calculating? For viewers, it became one of those messy situations where Chantel's intentions seemed impossible to read. Her social media behavior added even more fuel to the controversy. Chantel is extremely controlled on television, but online, her guard sometimes drops. There have been moments where she lashed out at fan pages, demanding they delete clips or screenshots of her live streams. In one incident, an unexpected wardrobe slip from an Instagram Live went viral, and instead of laughing it off or ignoring it, Chantel privately messaged the fan account in a panic, threatening legal action if the video wasn't taken down. It showed a controlling, image-obsessed side of her that she rarely lets the public see. And then there's the constant conversation about her looks. Chantel is often praised for her beauty, but she's also been surrounded by rumors of cosmetic procedures. Fans have pointed out changes in her nose, lips, and face shape, but every time these questions come up, Chantel waves them away with jokes, saying she only uses makeup. At the same time, she openly talks about possibly getting future surgery. It's the inconsistency that feels shady, a mix of denying, teasing, avoiding, and redirecting that makes people question what's real and what's curated for attention. Her dating life after Pedro only amplified that reputation. Every new man she's linked to becomes a talking point, and Chantel seems to lean into that spotlight. Some fans feel she jumps too quickly into relationships, using the excitement for publicity. Others think she's simply chasing validation after a painful divorce. Either way, the whirlwind romances and public teases have made her look impulsive, emotional, and at times desperate for something new to hold on to. The most surprising twist in her public story came when she revealed she was exploring her sexuality and stepping into a new identity. While many supporters celebrated her honesty, critics accused her of using the revelation for attention and storyline longevity. Chantel has never responded to these claims, but the timing made people question whether this was a genuine personal journey or another strategic media moment. And of course, the Everett family drama never ends. Chantel's parents and siblings are outspoken, confrontational, and always ready for a fight, which leaves fans wondering how much of Chantel's conflict comes from the environment she grew up in. Some viewers believe Chantel plays innocent while letting her family do the dirty work, creating chaos without having to directly involve herself. Others think she fuels them behind the scenes, but pretends she's helpless in front of the cameras. All these pieces create a complicated picture. Chantel isn't a villain, but she's also not the innocent victim she sometimes portrays. She's a woman who learned how to use reality TV to build a brand, shape a narrative, and control what the public sees. But in doing so, she developed a reputation for being secretive, dramatic, and inconsistent. a reputation that makes people question her honesty even when she may be telling the truth. The shady side of Chantel Everett isn't about scandals or crimes. It's about image control, blurred truths, emotional manipulation, and decisions that always seem to benefit her more than anyone else. And whether you love her or hate her, one thing is certain: Chantel will always keep people talking, because mystery and chaos are the two things she does best.